Tonight on Sai's Eyes on the Skies.
Yeah, so looking at some current temperatures right now, we've got a very nice temperature of 60 degrees right here in Ames, and then a temperature of 59 here in Sioux City, 57 in Fort Dodge. Looking at some pretty cool temperatures in Dubuque, and down in Davenport we have 55. And looking at the week ahead, we have some comfortable weather that will continue to make its way throughout the week. And looking at the weekend, we have some very well above average temperatures that will occur. And then we have some storm chances that'll be making its way into the state well next week. And I'll have more with you after the break.
Plus, Stefan has your national forecast. All that and more as this Tuesday, April 9th, 2024 edition of Sai's Eyes on the Skies starts now.
Broadcasting live from the studios at Iowa State University, the Iowa State Meteorology Department brings you the latest weather from across the country and out your front door. This is Sai's Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening. I'm your host, Jax Stelzer. We begin with tonight's weather story. On this date in weather history, April 9th, 1988, a very strong cold front passed through northwestern Iowa, producing snowfall just one day after temperatures had peaked in the 80s. April 8th, the day prior, reached a daily high temperature record of 88 degrees Fahrenheit in Sioux City, 87 in Le Mars, and 83 in Sibley. On the 9th, those locations received 2.1, 1.5, and 2 inches of snow respectively. And now to discuss more with what's happening around the country, here's Stefan with your national forecast.
Good evening, Iowa. Sai's Eyes meteorologist Stefan Sundin coming at you now with your national forecast. So looking at the temperatures across the nation, we have very variable temperatures, 58 in Kansas City. Our cold spot is Caribou with 37 degrees. And then as we move south, of course, as usual, 80 degrees in San Antonio. That's going to be our warm spot. And then throughout the Midwest, Great Plains region, we have fairly temperate conditions sitting in the mid-50s to low 60s. And then some headlines this week. We have storms in the south, and that's going to be our focus of today's show. And then we also have warm temperatures coming up into the weekend, and we also have more storms moving in by next week.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. Now let's go to the national forecast with Stefan. Stefan, what's it looking like out there?
Well, notably in the southeast portion of the U.S., we have lots of action with some severe storm potential moving into later this week. So we see main focus here is going to be the storm system that's going to be propagating eastward in northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas, and it will be initiating in eastern Texas. And then we have another we have a more weak storm system in the panhandle of Texas, and not much else to note throughout the nation, mainly going to be action in the south. And then as we take a closer look at these storms, we see that we have some isolated storm cells flaring up just northwest of Austin and moving eastward into Austin and potentially Waco, and moving eastward Tuesday afternoon into the evening. And watch out for these storms. They could definitely produce some hail. And then moving on to this bigger system that is a little bit more eastward. Again, it's propagating through northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas. You're going to see lots of rain throughout a great portion of the states. And we can see another region where we could potentially have hail. So be sure to take shelter if necessary. And then looking at our severe weather outlook, makes sense that we have hail potential with this large enhanced area surrounding Houston and eastern Texas, and then we have a more broad area in a slight and marginal risk extending out to Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and even west Mississippi. Looking at watches and warnings across the nation, not too much to note up here. We have a few wind advisories and fire warnings. Down here is the region of interest. We see we have a fire weather warning in southern Texas, and we also have some severe thunderstorm warnings and watches. We have tornado watch over here, and then across these 4 states, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, we have flood warnings and watches, and in this red region, we even have a flash flood warning. That's going to be where most of the rain is going to be concentrated. And then we have some more wind advisories in South Louisiana. Looking at the headlines for this week, we have storms in the south. Like I just said, that's going to be our main area of interest here. We have warm temperatures moving into the weekend, like we will with most regions throughout the U.S., and then we have storms moving in by next week. So looking at our severe weather outlook, we see that the main area of interest here is southern Mississippi. That's going to be our moderate risk area. So if you are in this portion of Mississippi or even in the moderate portion of Louisiana or Alabama, definitely take shelter and be ready to stay safe and stay indoors if at all possible at this time. This will be happening Wednesday. Severe weather potential moving starting in the east of Texas and propagating eastward as far as Georgia. Looking at our future cast, we see those storms starting up Wednesday morning at 2:30 a.m. We have a line of precipitation moving through eastern Texas and going into northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas. And we have lots of this area in the southeastern U.S. dominated by not only cloud cover but also precipitation. And then as we progress through Wednesday, we have this propagation of the rain region moving eastward. And then as we continue on into Wednesday afternoon, we see that the rain moves into Mississippi and Alabama. All right, so looking at our rainfall forecast, we see that in Arkansas, that's where most of our precipitation is concentrated. And then looking over here, we don't have much precipitation. Really, the main area of interest is the southeast, like I've been talking about this entire time. And then looking at the week ahead for Salina, Kansas, we have 71 degrees on Wednesday and cloudy, and then the wind starts to pick up moving into Thursday while the temperature drops. And then on Friday, we have clear conditions and the temperature actually increases. And then moving into Saturday, we have even warmer conditions.
Let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. The trivia question is, on average, Iowa records how many tornadoes each year? A, 46, B, 33, C, 51, or D, 27. We'll have that answer for you at the end of the show. Plus, we'll have your Iowa weather after the break. Welcome back. Let's take a look at your Iowa weather with Adriane. Adriane, what's it looking like out there?
It's looking pretty nice out there, Jax. As we look at the current conditions in Ames, we have a very nice temperature of 65 degrees, winds feeling very light and variable, west-southwest at 11 miles per hour. It also feels like 65 with a nice dew point of 34, and that pressure is still staying at 28.8. And then as we continue looking at our temperatures right now, we have, as I said before, a very nice temperature of 60 in Ames, 60 in Des Moines, And then as we progress to the east of the state, we have 55 in Cedar Rapids, a very nice temperature of 59 in Sioux City, 58 in Spencer. And looking at our satellite and radar right now, it's looking very clear outside. Maybe you can go out for a walk. A little bit of cloud cover, but not too much to worry about at the moment. And as we move into the week ahead, we are going to expect some very comfortable weather to continue throughout the week. And then we're going to expect some well above temperatures to occur this weekend. And as we get into early next week, we're expecting those storm chances. And looking at our futurecast temperature, we kind of decrease the temperature here. Ames at 45, Des Moines at 53, 46 in Sioux City, and then we have a nice temperature of 54 here in Davenport. And then as we go to Wednesday at 4 p.m., we have a very nice temperature of 70 here in Sioux City, 68 in Mason City, a constant temperature between Ames and Des Moines at 71. And as we move to the east of the state, we have 66 in Cedar Rapids, 64 in Davenport. And then as we move into Thursday at 8:30, we expect the cold pull to come through. 46 in Sioux City, 48 in Fort Dodge, constant temperature again, 50 here in Ames and Des Moines, and then 50 as well in Davenport. And then as we progress to Thursday at 4 p.m., 58 in Sioux City, 56 in Ames, 53 in Waterloo, same with Decorah at 53, 51 in Dubuque. And then looking at our wind speeds, we're expecting some very large wind speeds to come through the state, especially in the northwest and southwest portions of Iowa with a gust or wind speed at 22. Around Thursday at 7:30 a.m., some more lighter wind speeds to occur here in East Iowa with 9 in Dubuque, 10 in Davenport. And then looking at the week ahead, not a lot to expect here as we see some showers start to make its way through Thursday at 2:30. This is really nice because we are going to need this rain in the east portion of the state. And then as we move more forward into the week, as you can see, a very nice weekend looking up ahead. And then as we finally get into the week, Monday, Tuesday at 1 a.m. specifically, we are expecting some pretty moderate rain here in Waterloo. Nothing here in northwest, nothing in southwest, and quite a bit of rain in central and east Iowa. Looking at Tuesday at 12:30 p.m., that's when we really get our precipitation pocket here with some pretty heavy rain in central to east to northeast Iowa. And this is really nice because we have quite the amount of drought right here, especially in northeast Iowa with exceptional drought here with D3, looking pretty dry. We need it. Looking tonight at the skycast, we got a nice temperature of 39, pretty cold, but still nice to go out and go for a walk. Winds only north-northwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour, nothing to really worry about precipitation-wise. Looking into tomorrow, very nice temperatures of 71, partly cloudy, winds only at 6 miles per hour. This is very nice. It'll be nice to make our way to classes, something we need. Looking at the week ahead in Ames, Iowa, we've got pretty constant temperatures, but we are very above average at this time of year, 71, 62, 65 on Friday, and then as we get into Saturday and Sunday, this is when we get our warm pocket, 78 to 83. And then finally on Monday, as they say, April showers. We're finally expecting those showers here on Monday and Tuesday. And then we're expecting some pretty stormy weather here on Tuesday as we expect the temperatures to stay as they are.
Wow, very warm for April, isn't that, Adriane?
Very warm, very above average at this time of year.
Well, thank you for that forecast.
You're welcome.
Let's review tonight's trivia question. The trivia question was, on average, Iowa records how many tornadoes each year? Is it A, 46, B, 33, C, 51, or D, 27? What do you guys think?
This is a really good question. We do get quite a bit of tornadoes a year, but I don't think we get as many as 51, unless you consider December 15th. I would probably say D, 27. I feel like that's a pretty good number.
Do you agree?
I'd actually have to disagree. I think Iowa gets lots of severe weather throughout the year because we have more moisture from our crops. I'm going to go with 51 tornadoes.
Well, I'm going to break it to you guys. The answer is A. Iowa ranks 6th in the United States amongst tornado frequency, with the month of June being the most active month. Would you have guessed that?
No, I honestly wouldn't have, but considering the amount of severe weather we get here, I guess should have considered it.
Exactly. Well, that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter, as you can find all of our shows on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful night.